All right, I told y'all I was going to rank the quarterbacks, the top 32 quarterbacks. So I went for my list this morning. Kind of went, not too quick. I was taking my little bit of time because, I had a little bit of struggle figuring out how to rank the quarterbacks in the back because there's a lot of them that are kind of really close together. But anyway, this is how I went from 32 to 28. So these are the 32, yeah, the first like 4 or 5 quarterbacks at the back. At 32, I don't know who the Dolphins starting quarterback is going to be right now, whether it's going to be Fitzpatrick with, his 4-game Fitz magic or whatever people are calling it now, or if it's going to be Rosen. Don't know yet. I think Fitzpatrick's going to win the job, but right now I have them as in that 32nd because Dolphins can put up a fight, but I don't think their quarterback play is going to be top quarterback play. Then at 31, I got Josh Allen, another young quarterback. He hasn't proved anything to me, so that's another reason he's at the back. All these quarterbacks that are at the back haven't proved much to me, so I have to wait and watch them play. And then at 30, I have Kyler Murray. I think he's poised to have a big season with Arizona, but we'll see what happens. I think he's poised to have a big season. Like I said, we'll see what happens. Is he going to be like another Russell Wilson as small as he is? Is he going to be running around a lot? Is he going to be getting hurt? Is he going to be finding the right guys because he's on one of those teams that are rebuilding right now? We'll have to see what happens when the time comes. And number 29, I have Sam Darnold. Don't really have much on him because he's been in one of those organizations where they're trying to build up. Now they got the pieces there. They got at least the offensive core there where he should be able to succeed. But like I said, we'll have to see, and when time comes, we'll know. And then at number 28, I have Dwayne Haskins. Like I've been telling the people on the NFC Trash Talking page, it's like, unless he's a baller from day one, he's going to be a project, more than likely. Because, he only played 1 year in college. It's really tough to trust those players, those quarterbacks that only played 1 year in college. There's some that are just so good, that's all they have to do, but I don't know, man. I don't trust Dwayne Haskins. A lot of iffy things. Like I wanted to put him a little further back, but I was unsure. And at 27, I had Jimmy G. I know a lot of people are gonna be like, "What? Why Jimmy G at 27?" Blah 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 blah. I was like, dude, I haven't seen him play a full season for the Niners. What does that give me? He got hurt and was out all year last year. Yes, he looked great for the Patriots when he came in for Tom Brady. But Bill Belichick sets you up to succeed. That's just how it's done. So I'm just a little skeptical on Jimmy G. I'm skeptical on my 26th one, but I put him there. I feel like he could have been the worst one, but I put Eli at 26. And the only reason I put him at 26 is because he could still throw touchdowns regardless of what anybody says. He may throw a crap ton of picks, but half these quarterbacks probably won't amount to much this year anyways. If any of these quarterbacks amount to a lot, it's probably going to be either Jimmy G or Dwayne Haskins. They have the best related to him, or Sam Darnold. There's out of that back end, because it's front 25, like 25 to 14 was difficult for me, because I realized I have some players in here that could be moved up a little higher, but also they've shown that, they don't get the credibility that they get, and so on. But at 25, I got Andy Dalton. Another one of those players that could be really good. It's like he doesn't try. That's what it comes off to me. It looks like Andy Dalton doesn't try because, he can do that because he's had a crappy coach his whole career. But Andy Dalton has had A.J. Green his whole career, so he should be better than what he shows. I'm not Andy Dalton, man. I know A.J. Green's about to be out 6 to 8 weeks, so now you have an excuse, but that don't make a difference. Now, number 24, I got Joe Flacco. And at this point, I would take Flacco over Andy Dalton. And the person I have at 23, I would take Flacco over because 23 has hasn't progressed how I liked. And it's Carr from the Raiders. So, dude had such a good year just 2 years ago before he broke his leg. He was having such a good year. He started his career off great. You thought the Raiders were going to be something, man. You're like, oh, yeah, let's get it going. But, it's kind of sad. Then at 22, I got Lamar Jackson. I think, in all honesty, he could have a really good year this year. I'm curious to see if he's actually developed a passing game. Now, we all know he can run, and he's going to keep doing that. But this Ravens team I'm watching right now reminds me a lot of the Steve McNair Ravens, minus the really good defense. I mean, their defense is good, but their defense ain't up to that level. But this squad's going to be very similar to the Steve McNair Ravens. Just because the way Lamar Jackson plays, and he can get a little bit bigger and get more of a pocket presence, it will really help out the Ravens, and they'll be looking pretty nice for the future. Now, at 21, I got Mitch Trubisky. I mean, people saying Mitch Trubisky's a good quarterback blows my mind. He's a top 20 quarterback, about it. I don't know. Mitch Trubisky, he's had so much around him. He has that good defense and still couldn't do anything. I mean, I have no words for Mitch Trubisky. I don't see why people are so highly on him. But anyways, we're going to move over to 20. 20 and 19 are kind of a tie because I don't believe either quarterback's had a better career. And I think they're both going to be about the same this year, depending on injuries or if somebody keeps doing crab legs, and that's Winston and Mariota. They've always been in that class where they're at the same level. I'm sorry to you Buccaneers fans. I know you Titans fans understand about Mariota, so y'all probably think it's a good thing because they're kind of, I just have them about even at each other. And then we're off to 18. I'll put Nick Foles there. The main reason I have Nick Foles higher than I should is because I'm intrigued to see how he does with this Jaguars team. It's like, because he's still coming off when he was in Philly and trying to make a playoff run for him. I mean, he looks like he could still be a good quarterback. I don't see any reason why not he doesn't succeed in Jacksonville. He's got the players around. He's got the defense around him. That's the key thing. The defense is what's really going to help him out. And then right below him, I have Jared Goff. Jared Goff got exposed in the Super Bowl last year. And, everybody saw how really inaccurate he can be. I mean, yeah, some of the passes are dropped such and such, but I'm not too highly on Jared Goff. He's been led by his basically number one defense. I call them number one defense from last year. To his running game with a healthy Todd Gurley. I mean, I ain't got C.J. Anderson anymore, so that kind of kills them because he was a good backup. But having Todd Gurley there and having the presence of that defense helps a quarterback out a lot, and especially a young quarterback like Jared Goff. And another reason why I don't have him very high on the list because I don't believe in him, in all honesty. That's why I have Cousins above him. That's saying something because I think Cousins is trash. I really do, but he can pass pretty damn good. I'm not going to lie about that. He's just not clutch. He just ain't got that clutch team. And then right below him, I have Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford has a lot to prove to me this year because I really want to see what he's capable of. So I know he's so much more capable of than what he's delivering right now because I remember watching him. All right, so these quarterbacks were the popular quarterbacks growing up when I was little, starting to get into football when I started becoming a Dallas Cowboys fan. There was, all right, Tony Romo was in the league, so I was a Dallas Cowboys fan, so I was watching them, so he slowly became my favorite quarterback. But there was also, Phillip Rivers been in the league for that long, no Super Bowl still. Matthew Stafford has barely, I don't think he's gotten past the divisional round, so I can't say much. Romo's done the same, but that's not the point. It's just a matter of these quarterbacks. Why would you rate them so highly if they can't even get to the Super Bowl? Which I do have Rivers ranked highly on here, but that's because he's a great regular season quarterback, not a postseason quarterback. I'll let y'all know where I have him ranked, but it's not as high as most people would put him. So my top five is going to look a little bit different than most people. And we're going to continue. I have Cam at 14. I think he's going to have a big year, but I'm skeptical about it because he's been kind of on and off lately. But he can be a top 10 quarterback. Let me put it this way. He can be a top 10 quarterback. Now, will he? That's the question. I'm going to say I got him starting at 14. I'll do a list by end of the year based off stats and everything, and I'm hoping he's going to crack the top 10 because he should be. That's the way it should be. But at 13 and 12, I have Baker Mayfield and Deshaun Watson. But there's this whole little class I have right here that are all, the quarterbacks are all about the same. So let me read you 13 through 10. 13 Baker, 12 Watson, 11 Dak, 10 Wentz. They're all at the same level. They're all young guys. That Wentz is the highest for the simple reason he is the best. Hard for me to say. Trying to get to come out. He is the best, but he has those injury problems. That's the only thing that gets me. That's why I kind of, threw them all in together. I think they're all about the same. And then Dak, I'm ready to see him develop as a quarterback this year. See what happens with his first full offseason with Amari Cooper, full offseason with Randall Cobb. They just let go of Allen Hurns. They picked up Alfred Morris back, so in case Zeke holds out, we got a running back. Alfred Morris was averaging 5 yards a carry when he was the starting running back when Zeke was suspended. So I ain't mad at them picking up a 1-year contract with Alfred Morris. And, we got Travis Frederick. There's a lot of ifs, ands, and buts. And the only reason I'm explaining it like this is because I'm a Cowboys fan and I know all of this. I know Cowboys stuff more than anything. Now, when it comes to Deshaun Watson and Baker Mayfield, if he does not succeed with this team, the Browns fan base are going to turn on him like that. I already know because a lot of those fans are bandwagon fans. So I'll be on those trash talking pages. Before that OBJ trade or any of that, Browns fans were not coming out of anywhere. Now they excuse my language, but now they're coming out of the ground, out of nowhere. Like, bro, y'all aren't Browns fans. Y'all are just trying to hop on the new bandwagon like people did in Seattle back in 2012. Get that crap out of here. But anyway, we're going to go through my next 9 now. 9, I have Matt Ryan. And I think he could be higher on this list, but it's the matter of how he's going to play. He's got the second best receiver in football on his team, Julio Jones. Or possibly the best, as some people would put it. I still say DeAndre Hopkins, but whatever. But anyways, he's had Julio Jones almost his whole career. He's made it to the Super Bowl and had a 28-3 lead, and he blew it. Come on, people, get in your head. Matt Ryan, if he was clutch, he would have won that Super Bowl. But since he isn't clutch, because he shouldn't be called Matty Ice anymore. He should be called Matty, you suck. If I was a Falcons fan and I had to watch that Super Bowl, man, I think that would have been the most depressing thing. I think that would have even been more depressing as, I don't think I've ever been through anything more depressing than that team-wise. Seen my Heat win their championships. I've even seen them lose the one, I can't remember who it was against, but it's not the point. I don't think I've ever seen something heartbreaking like that, so I don't know how I would react. One close heartbreaking thing I saw, the most heartbreaking game I've ever saw was Cowboys Seattle when Tony Romo dropped the snap. Man. So depressing. But anyways. At number 8, I have Rivers. I know that's a questionable call of Rivers being at 8. But, hey, I'm going to go with it. I think he's going to have a big year. He has so much talent around him. There's no reason he doesn't have another solid year. Chargers are going to have such a nice team right now. They're the team that them and the Chiefs and the Colts should be the biggest team challenging the Patriots. And all. That's just how it should be. And number 7, I got Aaron Rodgers. And the reason for this, Aaron Rodgers is going to have a really big year this year. He's, he knows he's pretty much by himself. He's around a bunch of young players. He knows he's got to, if he wants to be considered still elite quarterback without going downhill and being looked at like a Brad Favre type quarterback, then he's got to have a big year. I have him as my one of my candidates for comeback player of the year. And I think he has a really good possibility of winning it. And then at number 6, I got Russell Wilson. I really wanted to put him in the top 5, but I couldn't. So I think Russell Wilson's one of those underappreciated quarterbacks in the league. People don't really talk about much because he doesn't talk much. The most talking I see him do on social media is throwing shade towards Future because he dates Future's baby mama, Sierra. Or like engaged with her or something. He throws shit at her all the time, and it's hilarious. But anyways, we're going to crack into my top 5. There's no need to conversate with this because I know most of my viewers will probably agree with it, or they should at least. Now, my 3 and 4 could swap, but I'm going to keep it how it is right now. At number 5, I got Big Ben. Number 4, Andrew Luck. Number 3, Mahomes. Pat Mahomes. He had a great year last year. I can't deny that. I don't think he's going to have as good as a year, but I still think he's going to have a great year. And then number 2, we got Drew Breesy. And then, of course, number 1, the GOAT with 6 rings, TB12. Anybody not putting TB12 on their number 1 for quarterbacks? You are the most ignorant person ever. You're just hating on the Patriots. I hate the Patriots, but man, I ain't going to hate on the Patriots like that. You want to know something funny? When the Eagles and Patriots played, I actually cheered for the Patriots. So I hate the Eagles. And me putting Carson Wentz at 10 shows y'all something. I ain't being biased on this list. Told y'all I wasn't going to be biased anymore. So I'm trying to actually crack into this, get this real good. But anyways, might make a video later, might not, who knows. But y'all, have a nice day, if I don't, and have a nice Wednesday.